Hello everybody and welcome back to my channel. So today I wanted to talk about harpsicles. I know we've been talking about them a lot lately, but I did just sell this Walnut Fullsicle, so I wanted to make a really quick video for you guys, sort of comparing the different models of Harpsicle harp, mostly the sound of them, before I send this off to its new owner. So there's several different kinds of harpsicles. The most basic model has no levers. The difference between most of the models is the amount of levers. So the base one has no levers. The Sharpsicle has levers on C's and F's. The Flatsicle has levers on C's, F's, and B's. And then you have the Fullsicle, which has levers on every single string. So it's very versatile. But then you get into some slightly different things. There are special edition harpsicles, and these can be made out of different kinds of wood. Almost all harpsicles are made of maple, but these special edition harpsicles, you can order them in either walnut or cherry. And I've also seen some one-offs made in some kind of different and fun woods, like I've seen a canary wood harp and a lacewood harp up on their harps that are ready to go page. So they're always having some kind of interesting and different ones. But for this video in particular, I wanted to compare my Walnut Fullsicle with a maple Fullsicle that I have, and also my Flatsicle, because the other big difference between the special edition harpsicles and the standard harpsicles is that the special edition ones come with four wound nylon strings down here in the base, and that can make a pretty big difference in sound. A neat thing about harpsicles is that you can order these separately and put them on yourself to your harpsicle. So if you decide you like the sound of those four bass strings, then I think you should go for it. So we're going to start this off with a really basic Flatsicle harp. So this would be exactly what a regular harpsicle would be like. It just wouldn't have any levers. It's made of maple. The soundboard is, I believe, made of poplar, and it has entirely monofilament, is what they call them, nylon strings, which basically just means it's just nylon. So I'm going to play this a little bit for you and show you how it sounds. One other thing to keep in mind is that I had both of my Fullsicles tuned to the key of E flat, just because that's easier when you have all the levers. So I did tune this one to E flat as well. So it's going to sound like not quite like your standard C major scale, but totally normal. I tuned them all to the same key so you can really hear the difference. Okay, here we go. So that's what kind of the standard harpsicle sounds like. Totally standard strings, just a few levers, made of maple. Okay, so moving on. This is also a maple harpsicle. It's blue because I love pretty colors. And technically it's curly maple. You can see the really pretty patterns on the pillar. But it is made of maple. The soundboard is poplar. It does have full levers. I don't think that affects the sound all of that much, but they're there. The major difference between this harp and the last harp that I showed you is that this one has those four wound nylon strings in the base. And I will take a picture of the two of those so you can sort of see. They're much thicker, these wound nylon strings, so they can hold a lot more tension. So for me, the primary difference is it's a little easier to play because I'm used to harps having a higher tension than the standard harpsicle strings, which can be kind of low tension. But I will play that for you because you might be able to hear a sound difference. I don't think there's a huge one, but there definitely is a slight one. So here we go. Okay, and finally I'm going to play for you on the Walnut Special Edition Fullsicle. To be clear, the only difference between this harp and the blue harp that I played for you is that this one, the body and the neck and the pillar are made of walnut. I'm fairly certain the soundboard is still poplar, and it does have those 4 wound strings in the bass, and it does have all the levers. So only difference is this one is made of walnut. A lot of people say that walnut has a warmer sound than maple, so keep your ears peeled. Maybe you'll hear it. Here we go. So there you have it. Those are some of the major differences between some of the Harpsicle models. I do wish that I had a special edition in cherry that I could play for you, just so you could hear the different sound. And if I do happen to come across one sometime, maybe I will redo this video and put that in there because I think that would be fun to compare, but I don't. But you can hear the difference between the walnut and the maple if you are on the fence about it. And honestly, I feel like listening to 2 harps that are built the same but made of different materials can be really helpful for deciding on a material, whether you're going for a harpsicle or not. If you're debating on whether to have a harp made or to buy a harp in walnut or maple, now you can kind of get an idea of what the real difference between those 2 sounds are. I'm not the kind of harpist who thinks there's a huge difference between those 2. I think what really matters more is how the harp's made, like the size of the harp, the size of the soundboard, the gauge of the strings, the tension that you have. I think all of those make a bigger difference than the type of wood it's made out of. But there is a difference. So I think getting to hear that on 2 totally similar harps that are exactly the same except for the kind of wood, I think that can really help you to make a decision if you are trying to make that decision right now. So I hope that's helpful for you guys. If you have any questions, please do ask them down in the comments and I will get back to you. Thank you all so much for watching. I hope you have an absolutely wonderful day. Thank you all so much for watching. If you would like to subscribe to my channel, go ahead and click on that subscription button right up there. Otherwise, if you would like to join my Patreon or buy me a coffee, the links to those are down in the description. I hope you have an absolutely wonderful day.